What is going on, Pats Nation? It's Patriots Global here, back with another video. In this one, I want to give some credit to our new quarterback, Cam Newton. Over the course of 3 weeks, I think this guy has not just shocked Pats Nation, has not just shocked the Patriots coaching staff, but has shocked all of the NFL. In fact, Patriots offensive coordinator Josh McDaniels even said that he is incredibly impressed with what he's seen from Cam Newton, and even said that, working with him so far has been therapeutic, which is really interesting to hear. I think that it should also be said that right now, Cam Newton ranks third as a quarterback in rushing yards, just right behind number 1, who's Kyler Murray, and number 2 in Lamar Jackson. He's about 45 yards away from beating them. Week 1 against the Miami Dolphins, when the New England Patriots won 21-11. He had 19 throw attempts, completed 15 of those with a completion percentage of 78.95 for 155 yards, 0 touchdowns, and 0 interceptions. Also had 2 sacks. But rushing-wise, he rushed 15 attempts for 75 yards and 2 touchdowns. Then you move on to week 2, when the New England Patriots were handed their first loss. Should have been a win, but essentially ended that with a loss in their 30-35 loss to the Seattle Seahawks. I would say that this is the best performance we have seen so far from Cam Newton, and that makes me really happy and really excited going forward because of how elite I would say the Seattle Seahawks are. Now, he had 44 throw attempts, completed 30 of those with a completion percentage of 68.18 for 397 yards, through a touchdown, but also through an interception. He had 11 rush attempts for 47 yards and 2 touchdowns again. Then this past week, week 3, in their win against the Las Vegas Raiders, 36-20, he had 28 throwing attempts for 17 completions with a 60.71 completion percentage for 162 yards. Again, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Then you look at his rushing yards, or rushing stats rather. He had 9 rushing attempts, which was the lowest he's had so far this season, for 27 yards and 0 touchdowns. I think it is safe to say that Cam Newton is really changing the aspect, the atmosphere of this team, not just on the field on game day, but also off the field. You looked at training camp. You look at, the practices that they have when the Patriots get some media going, and you're able to see some videos from practice and whatnot each week as they prepare for their opponents. Cam Newton's always dancing, always has high energy. He has a nickname for almost every single person, if not every person at this point, offensively. Has a handshake, an individual handshake, so they're different between each and every single guy for his receivers, the running backs, the tight ends. And I think that he really changed this atmosphere from when Tom Brady was here, and it was kind of more of what the league used to be. I don't think that they really changed the dynamic with what the NFL is switching into just yet. But it was also very serious for the most part. It was also very much laser focused, and things are very different now. You have a much younger guy who is very much with this generation and the new terms and the new situation and the switch of the NFL. And I just think that has adapted very, very well with the younger atmosphere that the New England Patriots have really compiled personnel-wise. A lot of people have asked me, what do I think about the potential for him getting MVP, Comeback Player of the Year? MVP-wise, he may not be in that situation by the end of the season. Ultimately, I would be highly surprised if he won MVP, but I 100% believe that he is in the conversation for Comeback Player of the Year. Again, I think you look at this personnel, and this is something I talked a little bit about in my last video where I talked about, should the Patriots trade for Odell Beckham Jr., should they trade for Allen Robinson? It's just the fact that personnel-wise, receiver-wise, this is not too much of a difference compared to last year. The Patriots, Bill Belichick, they didn't do enough to really take that to the next level. Damiere Byrd has been pretty MIA. We haven't really seen that speed that I think was the reason they signed him for. So Jacoby Myers, he's been MIA. I think he's only recorded a couple of catches. So yet again, we are trying to rely on the running backs out of the backfield. And then we're also trying to rely on Julian Edelman and N'Keal Harry. Because let's keep in mind, this tight end group also has not really done anything. We saw a couple catches from Ryan Izzo, pretty much just week one. We haven't been able to see Devin Asiasi, Dalton Keene yet. But despite all of this, Cam Newton has made this offense look tremendous. I think that if Tom Brady was in this offense, and that is no hate on Tom Brady. I still love Tom Brady. He's still the GOAT, obviously. But from a realistic perspective, I think if Tom Brady was still in this offense, we would be struggling a lot more. And you'd be seeing a lot of 2019 vibes compared to what we are now. Newton has showed the ability to extend plays, which is something that we all expected him to do coming in here. Whether that's a receiver not being open and him being able to really extend the play by escaping the pocket or being able to juke out defenders when the pocket is collapsing or just being able to take off when something isn't there, that has helped this offense tremendously going forward and picking up yards, staying on the field, and putting points up on the board. Real quick though, guys, as we all know, the wait for football is finally over. Football is finally back. Heading into week 4, I think I agree with everyone or speak for everyone. I say we could not be more excited, but sadly, we are not at the games this year. A lot of people feel that, the excitement's not there. You can't do much, but BetOnline is letting you still get in with all of the action. BetOnline is going the extra mile to make sure that you get on everything imaginable this upcoming season, all the way from game spreads and totals to team, player, and coaching props. BetOnline gives you more options to wager than any place online. You can get in on their season opening bonuses today and start off wagering on win, division, and championship futures today. All you got to do is head to BetOnline today and take advantage of all the great sign-up bonuses. Again, that is BetOnline, your online sportsbook experts. I also think that Newton has really helped the Patriots out in an aspect that really got to me last year, and that was predictability. This team was so predictable last year, and it was getting so aggravating, and I think that I speak for everyone when I say that. It was predictable what they were going to do. You knew when they were going to pass the ball, that they were going to pass the ball. You knew where they were going to throw the ball, what route it was going to be. You knew that they were going to run the ball, and you knew that they were not going to have big plays down the field. So really just pack in the middle and the line of scrimmage, and you're going to be fine, because the Patriots last year in 2019 were not going to be throwing darts down the field. And of course, a part of that, you knew Tom Brady was not going to be running out of the pocket, picking up plays on the ground. Cam Newton, on the other hand, you now have to really put that aspect of him being able to use his legs into play. You can't have, all your guys rushing the quarterback, because Cam Newton is going to get out of the pocket. You can't have all of your guys just playing man-to-man coverage, zone coverage, and making sure to shut these receivers down, because, again, Cam Newton is going to get out of the way. At all times, you have to have a defender taking into consideration that Cam Newton is on the field. So essentially what that means is that you are now bringing a defender who was covering a running back out of the backfield, a tight end, helping out with one of the wide receivers, which essentially helps them get open also. I'm impressed essentially with what I've seen everything Cam Newton do. He's been able to stay healthy, which let's all knock on wood right now. He's looked really good on the running game. For the most part, he's looked pretty good in decision-making, which I think was a big thing a lot of people knocked him for. And also the ability to throw the ball. I've never seen Cam Newton throw the ball as well as he has this year with the New England Patriots. And I think that was another aspect that a lot of people were concerned about, his accuracy. Can he still throw the ball well after the surgery? And he has looked tremendous throwing the ball so far. And again, that is despite the New England Patriots not really having much, targets for him to go to offensively. The Patriots are now able to run a lot of shotgun plays, RPOs, whatnot, which is going to able to help with the aspect of being less predictable, which is going to confuse the defenses and is going to be able to open up the play a lot more. Cam Newton, being a veteran too, he knows how to read a defense. So he knows that, look, if a defense is showing this, all right, let's switch it up. If you're running an RPO and we're going to run the ball, but it looks like, they're just really going to stack the box, they're going to stack the line of scrimmage. Okay, let's make it a pass play and see what we can get down the field. I like the matchup we have on that one-to-one with, let's say N'Keal Harry on so-and-so or Julian Edelman on so-and-so. all around, I think that Cam Newton has just really brought up this New England Patriots offense more than any other guy on this offense. And if he was not here, I think that we would be having so much more concerns with this offense heading forward. But that is going to be it for today's video. Cam Newton is shining here with the New England Patriots, and I'm excited to see where things continue to go and how he's going to perform this week against the Kansas City Chiefs and, of course, much better and elite teams. What are your guys' thoughts so far on Cam Newton, though? Let me know in the comment section below. Remember to give this video a big thumbs up if you haven't already, and subscribe to the channel for all of your New England Patriots news. But like always, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll catch you in my next video.
In Astro World.